Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to radhamadavtemple. Every Sunday at 7 we meet here, we do Sunday Aarti, then kids actually read Gita as it is. I have promised them some incentive every month at the end. So yeah, I have got some sweets for you guys, so you can go downstairs and grab it. Okay, whenever you get time. So, and next time I'll bring something else. So I promise you that. I want all the kids to come forward and read Gita for us, for themselves too. So please do come every Sunday at 7 o'clock in the evening. We do Sandhya Aarti, then we take Prasadam downstairs after reading Bhagavad Gita as it is. And next week, Padmanabha Prabhuji has requested us to come here to celebrate his son's birthday, David's birthday. So please do come next Sunday too. Tell your family and friends to come. Thank you. Hare Bol. So today, Jia and Anya are going to read, Anushka and Alabhya are going to read chapter 1, verses 12, 13, 14, 15. So we'll be reading 4 to Anushka, to Alabhya, so that we can do it quickly. Hare Bol.
Translation by His Krishna Prabhupada. Then Bhishma, the great violent grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the grandfather of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly, making a sound like a roar of a lion, giving Duryodhana joy, purport by his curse. The grandsire of the Kuru dynasty couldn't understand the inner meaning of the heart of his grandson Duryodhana, and out of his natural compassion for him, he tried to cheer him by blowing his conch shell very loudly, befitting his position as a lion. Indirectly, by the symbolism of this conch shell, he informed his depressed grandson Duryodhana that he had no chance of victory in the battle, because the Supreme Lord Krishna was on the other side. But still, it was his duty to conduct the fight, and no pains would be spared in that connection. Tata sankascha beryascha Manamanaka humaka Sashrivya Mayanata Sasadastamono Bhavat. Translation. After that, the conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all suddenly sounded, and the combined sound was 2 mouth shells.
Tata svetarhayaryukte Mahati syandane stitav Madava pandavasyeva Divya sankha pradadmata. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental conch shells. Purport by His Grace Srila Prabhupada. In contrast with the conch shell blown by Bhishma Deva, the conch shells in the hands of Lord Krishna and Arjuna are described as transcendental. The sounding of the transcendental conch shells indicated that there was no hope of victory for the other side because Krishna was on the other side of the Pandavas. Jayastu Pandav Putra Nam Yesham Pakshe Janardana. Victory is always with persons like the sons of Pandu because Lord Krishna is associated with them. And whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there, because the goddess of fortune never lives alone without her husband. Therefore, victory and fortune were awaiting Arjuna as indicated by the transcendental sound produced by the conch shell of Vishnu, or Lord Krishna. Besides that, the chariot on which both the friends were seated had been donated by Agni, the fire god, to Arjuna, and this indicated this chariot was capable of conquering all sides, wherever it was drawn over the 3 worlds. Text 15. Panchajanyam hirikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya Vandram Dadma Mahashankam Bhima Karma Vrikodara. Translation. Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. Arjuna blew his, the Devadatta, and Bhima, the ferocious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called Pangra. Purport. Lord Krishna is referred to as Rishikesha in this verse because he is the owner of all senses. The living entities are part and parcel of him, and therefore the senses of the living entities are also part and parcel of his senses. The impersonalists cannot account for the senses of the living entities, and therefore they are anxious to describe all living entities as senseless or impersonal. The Lord, situated in the hearts of all living entities, directs their senses. But he directs in terms of the surrender of the living entity, and in this case of a pure devotee. He directly controls the senses. Here, in the case of a pure devotee, he directly controls the senses. Here on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Lord directly controls the transcendental senses of Arjuna, and thus his particular name of Rishikesha. The Lord has different names according to his different activities. For example, his name is Madhusudana because he killed the demon of Madav. His name is Govinda because he gives pleasure to the cows and to the senses. His name is Vasudeva because he appeared as the son of Vasudeva. His name is Devaki Nandana because he accepted Devaki as his mother. His name is Yashonandana because he awarded his childhood pastimes to Yashoda at Vrindavana. His name is Parthasarathi because he worked as the charioteer of his friend Arjuna. Similarly, his name is Rishikesha because he gave direction to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjuna is referred to as Dhananjaya in this verse because he helped his elder brother in fetching wealth when it was required by the king to make expenditures for different sacrifices. Similarly, Bhima is known as Rikodara because he could eat as ferociously as he could perform Herculean tasks, such as killing the demon Hidimba. So the particular types of conch shells blown by the different personalities on the side of the Pandavas, beginning with the lords, were all very encouraging to the fighting soldiers. On the other side, there were no such credits, nor the presence of Lord Krishna, the supreme director, nor that the goddess of the goddess of fortune. So they were predestined to lose the battle, and that was the message announced by the sounds of the conch shells.
Thank you, Gianania, Anushka, Labhya. Next week, Sia is going to read 2 or 3, whatever you like, okay? You want to finish it as quickly as possible so that we can start new chapter, okay? And Hitu Prabhu is going to... Yes, Mataji?
Anniversary day. So we have to at least say Hare Krishna to Hare Prabhu and Aarti Mataji. Please.
Yes, Mataji, yes. So today is our dear most Anita Mataji and Haridarshan Prabhuji's anniversary. So I would request you all to please chant one time her Mahamantra for them. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Happy anniversary, Mataji and Prabhuji. May Radha Madav bless us all. Hare Bol. Yes, Prabhuji. आपको कुछ बताना है इसके बारे में ये तो छोटा
That is big.
This is big?
Yeah.
This one is big?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the first chapter, and it's like beginning of the youth between the Kauravas and the Pandavas. And it is very well said by Prabhupada in his purport. If we go through the purports, it clearly states about the victory on Pandava's side since Krishna was on his side. And wherever Krishna is, Lakshmi ji is also there. So that shows that, Pandavas are really, they were real devotees of the Lord. And wherever the devotees are there, where the love for Krishna is there is always victory. There is no failure on that. That's what purports by Srila Prabhupada is mentioned very nicely in these 4 verses. And also the conchas blown. There is a glimpse of the different conchas which were blown from both sides. And the concha by Bhishma there was kind of showing a sign of victory, although he was going from the side of Duryodhana, but it's mentioned in the purport that it's showing signs victory for Pandavas. And also it's clearly mentioned that wherever the devotees of Lord are, there is a victory. Hare Krishna.
नहीं वो राधा रानी से डार्क
What the heck am I carried by so many?
Prabhu and Aarti Mataji. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Haji Prabhuji. Hare Rama to you. Now वो बनता है रुक्मणी के लिए. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna dear Rukmini. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama dear Rukmini. Hare Rama. अरे मम्मा तो जाओ तुम भी जाओ. अभी यहाँ पर भी मूवमेंट की है. अभी केक कटना है. केक कटने का सब खाएंगे हम लोग.
आपका पिक्चर साथ में आना. माता पिता बोलो और माता पिता. नहीं आप करो उसके साथ.
लो फोटो लो. I want her.
She likes this more. Do you know that? खीर बना उसको ये अच्छा लगा.
प्रभु जी आप माता जी को आज खिला दीजिए मीठा थोड़ा सा. हरि बोल.
हरि बोल. कंग्रेचुलेशंस माता.
और माता जी आप भी. नहीं माता जी आज बोले मेरे प्रभु को मीठा नहीं खिलाना आज. हाँ हाँ
हरि बोल. हरि बोल.
हरि बोल. अरे बच्चों केक खिला दो पापा को. फोटो लो. ले केक दे दो. माता जी केक काट दो ना. बच्चे ले लेंगे. देगा
ओके चलो. प्रभु जी जिया ओ
माधव को लगा देने
आएगा नहीं माता जी. इधर माता जी के पास.
राघव. राघव हरि बोल.
हरि बोल. राघव प्लेट लाके प्लेट लेके नहीं जैसे प्लेट लेके